Remember those wonderful winters of delicate cascading snow? The soft presence of Jack Frost paying us a visit? The towering Christmas tree decorated with all those colorful lights? And those delightful feelings that felt so permanent, even if only for a season, if not all year. This was the moment to smile, to anticipate, to drink eggnog, and wonder the mysteries that lie under wrapping paper. The toys. The feverish curiosity that only painted plastic can bring. Welcome to ToyCrazy, where only us kidults can truly smile. Welcome back, kidults, to our second episode, man. How cool is that? A fellowshipping over the love of toys. That's right, kiddos. Good old-fashioned painted plastic with packaged up in beautiful artwork and sold to us to give us smiles, memories, and cool moments that we can share and something we can hold. You know what I love about toys too, kiddos? Is that it's tangible. You know, in this day and age where we're kind of living in a time where a lot of things are digital. You know, like we're living in that digital age where things aren't tangible. Everything is looked at through screens and all of this type of stuff. This is another reason why I like making physical books, because I feel like I'm leaving that legacy of my forefathers who have created physical books. All the creators that came before me that worked hard and got these books printed up so that you can hold them in your hand and open them up and flip them up and look at them and read them and just let your imagination go. And I like that I'm a part of that experience. Now, to be honest, I'm not like putting myself on a statue of like Marvel Comics, DC, and all of these big corporations. No, I'm one guy, man, one guy, creating all of these wonderful books that I put out and do my best to be original, even if it's an idea or a concept that's been already out there. I have an original take on it. And that feels good to be a part of that, because when I grew up, there was so many wonderful things that just inspired me. So many wonderful cartoons, cartoon characters, and heroes, man. I mean, think about that. I mean, let's define a hero. A hero is simply someone who does good when mainly everyone else wouldn't. Someone who would stand up for righteousness. And in that, anybody can be a hero. You don't have to wear a costume or fly and have some special powers and all of that type of shit. You just have to believe in what's right and stand up for it and do it. So I give credit to those people who are fighting out there and those who are protesting and standing up for their rights to be free and be a citizen of this country. I give credit to all of those people who are fighting against racism, fighting against the president and this terrible administration and all of these things. I give credit to all of those people out there who are just fighting for what's right. Even those people who are suffering now over there in Iran and Israel and all of these. And really, I'm talking about the innocent people that are suffering, that are getting bombed out of existence, and the babies and all of this type of stuff and all these terrible things. I give my love and credit to those people, and I hope that they make it out of these terrible situations, and that at some point in life that we will stand up and be human beings, not picking colors and races and creeds and all of this, but realizing we're one race, stand together and stop the injustice that's been happening on this planet. You know, like really elevate to a level of spirituality and growth and go to the next level. Be the human beings, the special gift that we are on this planet, to be that and stop being these people under a spell, under some mind control, under this beast system that has kept us in prison, that Yeshua, aka Jesus, told us that the kingdom of God is within inside us. That's what he said. That's what he fucking said, man. That was his words. The kingdom of God is within inside us. That light, that beauty, that instead of us looking up to the fucking clouds and everywhere else, no, look inside us and see that God is within us. So when we nourish the God nature in us, the God matrix, we grow beyond this physical body into enlightened beings. And there we have a consciousness of mercy, forgiveness, love, enlightenment, teaching, help. All of these wonderful things that we seem to not give too much credit to because we love the beast system so well, yet it's slaughtering all of us, slaughtering our children, keeping us in a state of unrest.
Yelling at the other to get off her when she's the one restraining herself.
Let me go! That's why I got your purse! Because you won't fucking let me go! No! Every time I move my leg, you wrap your back around. Look, I can't move my leg! Let me go!
And the threat of death all the time through these wars and these madmen and states of power, these weak cowards that run the beast system, that are in place to create weapons of war, biological weapons, keep everybody that's trying to stand up for what's right down and silence them. No, God is in you. And when you realize that, kiddos, then you become special. Not because you're special, but because it's the God in you that's special. And when you nourish it, you become something more, something better, something above all of this hatred that we live in this prison system that is being controlled from terrible beings that want to keep us in a state of amnesia so that we don't recognize the glory that lies within us. So me being a part of that, writing these great and wonderful stories, making these wonderful trailers that I make to sell my books and to be someone, one guy doing all of these things and making one guy that made all of these books, one guy that made Screaming Terror and did all of those videos and took a chance and was persecuted for it, even not to say that people didn't even really stand by me, but that's okay. I still did it because I believe in the hero spirit, because I believe in righteousness. I believe in the goodness of humanity. I believe in that I grew up with all the heroes that stood for that, whether they were Transformers, whether they were G.I. Joe, whether they were Rainbow Bright or the Care Bears, or whatever form it took to give us the enlightenment that we have to stand up for what's good. We have to nourish the good nature. That is why I'm a kiddo. That is what I stand up for. That is what I fight for. That is why I will not be silenced by none of these bastards in power. That is why I don't let none of them shut me up. But I keep going for you, for myself, and for the God within me that speaks to you in your heart. That's special, kiddos. And on that, it gives me the drive to make more videos, to make more books, to speak to you, to create tangible things that you can hold so that you can keep those memories alive. Keep that beauty alive. So if you want to know what I'm about, that's what I'm about. And there's no secret to that. Even if I don't show my face. No matter what war and horror is going on in this planet by these evil, weak men in power and these invisible entities that run them, keeping us all, trying to keep us all in a prison state. The sun comes up every day to give us light so that we can see and navigate in our world. The rain comes to bring us to nourish things, to nourish the land and grow things and all of that, along with the sun. The clouds to give us cover so we can get a relief from the sun. The wind to give us air and all of these things, and the nature in this planet. And not just that, but the consciousness, the life in us that we breathe and live and share with whatever we're sharing. And you tell me there's no God? And you tell me he doesn't love us? Yeshua said, aka Jesus, suffer the little children and forbid them not, to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven. So you see, kidults, we are all children. We're all kidults in the eyes of God. Now, I know I went a little long on this. I ain't gonna always do that. But in this case, man, the world's hurting, man. The world's hurting. We all hurting. And I'm just sharing what I feel to anyone who has an ear to listen. So I thank you for that. So let's get down to it. We got our second toy haul. Not a big one, but a nice one with some quality stuff. So let's get right into it. So now that we hear what we came for, and none of that touchy-feely political crap, let's get down to some toy stuff. And we're gonna start it off with American Tail, Feifel. Remember Feifel from American Tail?
An American Tale.
There are no cats in America.
But back home in Mother Russia, our family was traveling through the snow to Minsk. Suddenly Papa saw those huge paw prints. When I heard him screaming, I fainted dead away. And I woke up an orphan.
But there are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese. Oh, there are no cats in America, so set your mind at ease.
You know, the funny thing about mice, right? I mean, like, mice are like, they cute in cartoons and comic books and all of that type of stuff. But in real life, I mean, they kind of cute in real life too, but they're pests. You know, if you have mice in your house, they do significant damage to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we love mice on cartoons, on celluloid and all of that kind of stuff, but we don't love mice in real life. In real life, we have mouse traps for them. We feed them to cats and all kinds of goodies. We don't like be like, oh, he's so cute. At least the sane people don't do that.
I'm like in one of those moods today, you know, irascible. So I think I'll take it out on those two Mises. Hey, Dixie, out of there, on the double. Hey, hop, hoo, hoo, hee, ha, ho.
Pixie, sir. And likewise, Dixie, Your Majesty Jinx.
You are the greatest problem I ever had. Baby, I love you so good. I love you like that. But tonight I can't. Gotta tell the stuff I'm dreaming of. Take you straight to your door like before, but when it's time to scram, I'm gonna grab you and growl, and my hungry heart will howl.
Oh, it's so funny.
Up, boy, up. Come on, I did not bop you that hard. I was only funnin'. Honest, oh no. I am a killer. I will probably get the hot seat for this.
And if that makes
Here, I'm gonna give you a close-up look.
There
you go. Back of the box. And now I'm gonna take them out the packaging. Go, looking cute and cool, man. I like this movie, man. This character. When I saw this, I said, I gotta get it, man. I got to. You know, that ToyCrazy fever came over me. No, he's cute. Next up, the king of pop. That's right, Michael Jackson. I think this was his Beat It outfit. What was it? No, this was his moonwalking outfit. I don't know. It was one of them songs.
emotion. You're loving what I do. I put a Pepsi in the motion, but that choice is up to you. Hey, you're the Pepsi generation. Girls are down and taste the thrill of the day and feel the Pepsi way. Taste the thrill of the day and feel the Pepsi way. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation. You're a whole new generation.
Man, I really miss Michael Jackson, man. I mean, isn't it strange though, like how when you want to bring something beautiful to this world, I don't care if it was Jesus or just anybody, if you want to do some good in this world, you want to bring something beautiful, creative, if you have something like that, it's like this world wants to devour you. It'll suck you dry, and then after it took everything from you, then you just end up being dead. We just got to remember these people, man, because they really brought a lot of greatness to our lives, man, from the songs that they sung to the movies they acted in, all of that kind of stuff. We got to care about these people that bring something beautiful to us, man. I really miss him. Back of the box, smooth. Got the MJ sign right there. Pop him out of the box. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. He looks good, man. I like him. He got the hair, got the little, Jerry curl stuff going down. Got a nice solid bass. Looks pretty good, man. Next up, the Pink Panther. That's correct, man. Yeah. Yeah, when I saw this, I had to get it. But the Pink Panther reminds me a little bit of Snagglepuss. They got that kind of pink kitty cat thing going on, But I like this. I like the pose. I like the way he looks. Box is cool, but you're going to really keep it in the box. I got to put him out. I got to let him breathe, you know what I mean? But he looks cool. This definitely was a good purchase for me. I was grateful that they came out with this one. I don't think he ever spoke in the cartoons. I haven't seen the cartoons in a long time, a lot of years, man. But I don't think he ever spoke. I think he was just one of those like silent characters that just did shit, but he was just cool, with that. Next up, we had to do Charlie Brown, the Good Grief version. But this was a combo set. I had to get Snoopy with him. Now I didn't get the Funko Pop Snoopy. I got the Aurora Snoopy right here. fuck he keep falling? Stay up. God damn it. Sit, puppy. Yeah. But man, I love Charlie Brown, man. When I was growing up, the Peanuts was like the coolest cartoon. Remember that? Like they had like the Thanksgiving joints. They had a lot of them. They had the Thanksgiving, Christmas. They like had all of the holidays, and you just spent it with Charlie Brown and the gang, you know, Lucy and all of them. I love the Peanuts, man. I mean, it's one of those memorable series that, you know, it's timeless. Like whenever I see it, it just pulls me right back to when I was a kid. And, you know, you see those episodes, Charlie Brown always sulking and always sad and upset.
You know, Charlie Brown, when a child is without his security blanket, people don't realize what it does to him.
But that blanket sure can cause you problems, Linus.
Listen, Charlie Brown, that old blanket soaks up all my fears and frustrations. Don't you have fears and frustrations, Charlie Brown?
Blockhead! Blockhead! Blockhead!
Here comes old Charlie Brown. Good old Charlie Brown. Yes, sir. How I hate him.
You know, Charlie Brown, he was kind of a whiny motherfucker, but you felt for him, you know what I mean? Because he was, you know, he's Charlie Brown. He just, you know, he's like, oh, you know, nobody likes me. Yeah, probably because you keep fucking whining. You're like, oh, you know, I can't get no girls. Probably because you don't fucking talk to him. You know, like Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown was a head case, but he was cool. You know, then you had the other one. Was it Linus? The one with the blanket? And he would like have his thumb in his mouth and all of that shit. He had so many cool characters. I love the fucking Peanuts, man. When I seen this shit, I had to snatch it up, man. It's that addiction.
And all those hours in between when I do all those stupid things. Well, lunchtime is among the worst times of the day for me. Well, I guess I better see what I've got. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrists say that people who eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely. I guess they're right. And when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. There's that cute little redheaded girl eating her lunch over there. I wonder what she would do if I went.
You know, but one quick thing though, you know, Funko Pop got that big black eye thing. Like, you know, that like the black eyes. They don't have no white in the eyes. It's just black eyes. I wonder what that means. If that's some like kind of alien signal shit or some underground shit or some undercover shit or something. I don't know, you know, because why everybody got these big black button eyes? You know, it's not like it's made out of like, you know, material or some shit like some Raggedy Ann doll where you got to put buttons for the eyes, give it some kind of texture. You know, this is a hard ass plastic. You can put some white in there around the eyes or some shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just wonder what's that all about. So Charlie Brown, definitely a great purchase for me. And I'm glad I got this version because I could have got a regular version, but I like it that it got character. Good grief. Because Charlie Brown was a whiny fucker. So have him with that caption, good grief, that's it. That was the one for me. I was like, yeah, that's it. Throw him over there with his dog. There you go. Sit right over there. Look, his dog's like, yeah, I'm a man now, man. Shit, I'm bigger than your ass. I can put you right in my whole mouth. Close up. Life is just so sad, you know. Man, you know, nobody want to deal with me. I ain't got no friends, you know, nobody love me. You know, I wake up and I'm just all alone. I look over, I pat the bed. I ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying? You know, somebody help me, man. Somebody be my friend. Somebody show me some love. Yeah, Snoopy, that's the man. Yo, Snoopy, though, that's the character right there. This dog, he was another one of those silent characters. Like, he never said anything. I don't even think he fucking barked in any. I don't know. Do you guys remember him barking? But Snoopy was like quiet, like the Pink Panther. He was one of those, you know, quiet characters, but he was interesting. He was always doing some shit. He was a happy, jolly motherfucker. You know, he's wandering around, you know, getting on top of his fucking his dog house and taking off and shit with his pet bird, like that shit would have really happened. Because if the dog, I have dogs, and I know dogs don't like birds unless you train them. Like, I had to train my dogs to be around my chickens, and I've had dogs that have killed my ducks and killed my chickens and shit. You know, it's the darker side of life over here. But when in cartoons, you know, you could be cute and all that shit, but in real life, that shit is a horror movie. I don't like the way he's looking at me, man. Fuck you looking at? What the fuck you looking at, Snoopy? Oh, you took that. All right, take this one. Next up, we got the three mashup right here. We got Pinocchio, we got the Pinocchio Little Golden Books book, and we got over there Geppetto. No, that's not Geppetto. Jiminy Cricket. We got him.
Bert?
Oh, he's just resting.
He looks cool, man. I mean, I want a really good Pinocchio, and there's like a really good one. I don't know how big it is. I'd seen it on somebody's channel one time, and it looked, you know, I gotta get something like that. Really looks like Pinocchio. This was like, you know, this was the affordable Pinocchio. This was the budget Pinocchio. You know what I mean? Like, because the one I saw, I think he was like, when I checked out the price, I don't quote me on this, but I think it's anywhere between $100 to like $400 or some crazy number like that for the Pinocchio. And it actually looks like Pinocchio from the cartoon. It looks pretty good. He's budget friendly. You know, for some of us people who got the addiction but can't just really spend the money like that, this Pinocchio over here is budget friendly. You could get him and still get you like cheap thrills, like, oh, I got Pinocchio and shit. I mean, he look raggedy. He look all right. I mean, he look a little bit raggedy, but he look all right. I mean, for like a stuffed doll, you know what I mean? He look all right. We're going to start it off with Jiminy the Cricket. I like Jiminy the Cricket. He was like a little annoying character in the anime, but I mean, in the cartoon, he was cool, man. But, you know, I liked him. He was lovable. It's the back of the box. I'm going to take him out the packaging for you so you guys can see. Put him over there by Pinocchio. There you go. He's over there between his legs. I don't know what I was trying to suggest with that. Probably nothing. Just putting him there. Yeah, he look cool, man. I like him, man. He got the smile and shit. Look like he ready to sing a fucking song and shit. Like, it's gonna be some Jiminy Cricket and sing a song. I'm Jiminy the Cricket. I'm gonna sing a song for you. It's the WB. All right. Next up, we're gonna get this Little Golden Books Pinocchio edition, like the Walt Disney joint. It's nice, man. I used to have all of these shits when I was a kid. Like, my mom's bought these books, and you know, you look at the pictures and you're like, and you get that kind of cheap thrill because it's, you know, it wasn't the cartoon, it wasn't the movie that you saw that you fell in love with, you know, so it was like kind of like a tangible version of something that you saw on the screen. Because back then, again, everything wasn't that accessible. These movies were expensive back then, or it wasn't that easy to you can just stream or any of that shit now. So when you got something like this, it was like the closest thing that you can get to it by holding this book and looking at the artwork and stuff. And the artwork was really good. Show you the back of the book. There you go. Flip through that sucker. It's nice, man. Cool ass children's book, man. Definitely worth the money. Now we gonna pick up Pinocchio. You know, we had to save him for last. You know what I mean?
I'm Pinocchio. I'm Pinocchio.
He's all better now.
Hey, baby. Don't cry.
Look at him, man. Oh, Pinocchio's cool, man. You can fuck with him. Look, I'm fucking with you. You can dance with him and shit. Look, he ain't gonna stand up, though. You know, look, he got a little cute little outfit and shit. You know, and this ain't no sissy shit. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, look cool, man. Give me some memories from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Got a little shoes on his feetsies and shit. Got a little vest or whatever and shit. His shirt and his little blue bow. Yeah. I'm Pinocchio. Thumbs up on this motherfucker, man. This is like a really good purchase for me. But man, I wish he could stand up though. Look, I'll dance him around for you guys, man. Give him a little dance. You know what I'm saying? Do a little dance. Do a little something. We get down tonight. Then get down tonight. But yo. You know, kiddies, Pinocchio reminds me of somebody. Remember Pinocchio, like he couldn't stop lying?
Pinocchio, why didn't you go to school?
School? Well,
Go ahead, tell her.
I was going to school till I met somebody.
Met somebody?
Yeah, two big monsters with big green eyes. They put him in a little sack.
No.
Yeah.
How did you escape?
I didn't. They chopped me into firewood.
He was just lying all the time, and his nose was just growing. He was just lying. Pinocchio I got it. This is who he reminds me of.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Please.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
Nigga, please.
Did that ever happen, though? Did America actually become first? I mean, he had a nice inaugural speech and all of that, but in all totality, he's been in there for 6 months, and this country has been an unrest, riots. I mean, all kinds of hell has been in here. People, you know, the financial system is definitely in a crisis. You know what I mean? Mortgages are up, rent's up. Everything, like I said before, it's chaotic, and somehow this man actually thinks he's doing this country some good. I mean, self-delusion or self-deception it's something. I mean, it's a real thing when, you know, that's like going to a fucking drunk and you're like, look, you gotta stop drinking, man, or you're gonna die. Like, I only drink once here and there. Meanwhile, this person is falling on the fucking floor in its own vomit and shit, but you know, I don't drink that much. I mean, Trump is like literally delusional. And you know, for some of you Trump supporters, I'm not trying to knock him. If you want to believe in him, that's cool, man. If you believe that this guy is gonna do this country some great, gonna make America great again, that's your right. I'm not trying to knock that, but I'm just looking at the facts. I know change is hard, and I know change is difficult, and I know that to be a leader, you gotta make those hard decisions, and most people ain't gonna agree with you. But right now, for 6 months that he's been in there, it's been total hell. And now we're possibly entering into World War III. The very same thing that in his inaugural speech, he said that he wasn't going to do, that it was again gonna be America first. What happened?
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored.
Tonight, the State Department has doubled the number of emergency evacuation flights for Americans who want to leave Israel. Again today, Israel and Iran traded strikes amid rising tensions.
Chaos erupts here in LA County. Widespread immigration raids triggering protests from Paramount to downtown. And tonight, an unlawful assembly has been declared as President Trump announces he will be deploying thousands of National Guard troops here to Los Angeles.
The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end.
Nigga, please.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
Chaos and calamity rocked Paramount Saturday on the second day of demonstrations against federal immigration operations in Southern California. A wooden pallet and then a car went up in flames during the unrest, sending black smoke into the air. The cause of the car fire is unclear. Federal officials say the government is doing its job, enforcing the law, protecting the public, and securing borders.
We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Nigga, please.
I mean, there's people in front of me destroying Waymos, there's niggas behind me destroying Waymos. There's thousands of people out here disgusted with the Trump administration and how the federal government is handling migration. People are out here with hammers, baseball bats, whatever weapon they can find. It's dark.
Pura la raza latina.
Are you mad?
No explique Spanish, English.
We're learning that President Trump is ordering another 2,000 National Guard troops to deploy to LA, along with those 700 Marines who already received orders.
At the end of the motherfucking day, we're the motherfucking people, not fucking them. They're here to protect their interests, not us. They're locking up innocent fucking immigrants that come here to make a life for their families. I'm a first-generation American, but like I've always said, I am Mexican first, American second. And they don't protect my interests or my families. So that's what the fuck is going on here.
And honestly, dog, this is all bullshit because my mom, she comes from Mexico and I'm over here representing her right now because they will take her if they would come right now. I'm 15, dog, so fuck ICE.
I used to be an undocumented citizen. It took me 27 years because I had to prove who I was. So when people tell me that the process is easy and they should just come in and do it the legal way, it doesn't matter. No matter how hard you try, they're gonna make it impossible for people.
So the Trump administration is now weaponizing federal law to block black progress. Let me say it again. The Trump administration is now weaponizing federal law to block, to stop black progress. They're using a provision of federal law called the False Claims Act. Today, the Department of Justice announced the establishment of the Civil Rights Fraud Initiative, which will utilize the False Claims Act to investigate and, as appropriate, pursue claims against any recipient of federal funds that knowingly violates federal civil rights laws. Violations of the False Claims Act can result in treble damages and significant penalties.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
Nigga, please.
I mean, lies. I mean, if this man don't lie, we're weaker right now. This country is damn near in a civil war with the rise of racism and the craziness for the people. A lot of the people that support Trump, you know, have their own kind of side hustle agenda in there to bring back colonialism and racism and all of this crazy stuff in these sundown towns, all this crazy shit that's going on. That coupled with some of the laws he's passing. That and also all of the taking people from there that came to this country. All of us came to this country, including the white man, came to this country to have the land of the free, to start over, because you couldn't really do it in your country. We came here and unfortunately and taken it from the Native Americans, forced them to reservations, and then we take the land and then we're fighting to keep everybody else out. What the hell is going on? Like, this whole shit is like some psycho shit. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And this guy is just like the fucking forerunner of this madness, and he's just got this country all at arms. I mean, and then on top of that, he's also got us at arms with another country. What did Iran do to us? Iran don't have nothing to do with us. They're fighting Israel. That's their beef. You know, that's like jumping in the middle of a battle and then catching the left and the right. You know what I mean? He's putting us in danger. These people got sleeper cells. They got all kinds of stuff going on in this country. But this dummy, you know, goes against his word, lying, and putting us at war, and then bombing these people, and then saying, oh yeah, well, it's better be peace now or it's gonna get worse. What the shit? Damn.
We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad.
Breaking news now. The United States has gotten involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran. President Trump says the U.S. military struck 3 sites in Iran, directly joining Israel's effort to decapitate the country's nuclear program. Trump posted on social media a little bit before 5 o'clock today, "We have completed our very successful attack," he says, on 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
Good evening. It's mission accomplished for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who thanked President Trump today.
Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history.
2 hours later, Iran retaliated with a barrage of at least 30 ballistic missiles. Not all of them were intercepted. In Haifa, there were no warning sirens before a missile slammed into this building, reducing it to rubble.
From this moment on, America's decline is over.
Nigga, please.
All right, Ed, where are the deals?
Well, I think this is just more evidence that these deals aren't really deals at all. Whether it's a deal with Canada or a deal with the UK or a deal with China. I mean, every time this happens, we all get very excited, and then we go look at, you know, the terms of the agreement, of which there are usually none. And then we all kind of look up at each other and we go, hold on, there's no deal here.
But you're basically saying there could be some supply shortages because of the tariffs.
We don't have to waste money on a trade deficit with China for things we don't need, for junk that we don't need.
Israel is saying no compromise. We will rule over 8 million Palestinians. No problem. And that's why the regime has been called an apartheid regime, because Israel, especially Netanyahu, the prime minister, and his radical cabinet say, no, this is ours. We keep it forever. Right. And they think that they have the United States wrapped around their little finger, that the U.S. does whatever they say. People in the United States should understand Netanyahu has been probably the main cause of these disastrous wars that the United States has been in for the last 20 years.
So now that Trump like got us in this fucking war, which we should have stayed out of, got us in this whole war with Iran, and he's sitting over there calling them terrorists. Meanwhile, this guy, does he even have a clue of what's going on over there, what Israel has done to them? Israel attacked them. Israel is cutting their babies' heads off and doing all kinds of stuff. Israel is horrible. And then here's my thing, and this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with this. This is not hate speech. I have the right to have an opinion. Number one, I don't believe in a lot of this stuff that's going on now. I don't believe in Israel, or I don't believe in the Jewish people. I don't believe in white people. I don't believe in black people, Hispanic people, and all of these I don't believe in that. You know why? Because the moment I do, I become like you. or like most people out there. When you this ain't Game of Thrones. This is not like some bloodline and this and this. This is just absolute nonsense and a class system. A class system that tells the Jewish people that they are the superior people over all, that everybody else is Gentiles and beneath them. The same thing could be said for believing in white people who think that they're superior over everybody else. The same thing could be said if I believe in black people, that they're superior over anybody else. The same thing can be said if I believe in Hispanics, Native Americans. I don't believe in none of it. We're all people. And believing in that puts me on an equal playing field with everyone. It strips away this pride that comes with this class system shit. And it just makes me a regular person, just like really all of you. No matter what you want to call yourself, no matter what names, land names you want to give yourself, you want to call yourself German because you were born in the land of Germany. No, you came out your mother and your father. You are your father into your mother and out your mother into this world. It don't matter where you live. You are you. And when we get out of this state of mind of being Jewish, black, Hispanic, white, whatever, then we can start being people, judging each other by our merits. I don't even believe in this American stuff. Why? Because the moment you believe you're an American, then you know what comes with it. You drag in that big old book bag of rocks called pride. And then once you have that, you're American, so now you're better than anybody else that's non-American.
There's literally nothing that Israel won't do in the name of vengeance and in the name of continuing Zionism. I'm Jewish. I lost members of my family during the Holocaust. And the truth is, Israel does not represent me. Israel does not make me safer. In fact, it puts me and all Jews in greater danger. Because as Israel commits these crimes against humanity and live streams them, and in some cases gleefully live streams them, we've seen soldiers doing this, Israel doing that and saying it's in the name of Jews, that will create anti-Semitism. The idea that Israel represents all Jews is in itself an anti-Semitic idea.
The fact is that American Jews support Israel, and I understood that. And the fact is that every Jewish prime minister that I have known has enlisted American Jews to bring as much pressure as possible in the political process on American presidents. That's understandable. I don't object to it. Now, a president must not go along with it on occasion. In the first place, Jews, understandably in the United States, because of what happened in World War II, because of the Holocaust, are going to put first priority on the survival of Israel. Now, as good Americans as they are, they believe that America's survival and security is directly related to Israel's. In other words, their belief is that being for Israel first means that does not mean you're putting America second, because they think it goes together. An American president, however, has to approach it in a different way, in my opinion. He's got always to think first of what is best for America, and that's true whether it has to do with the Israelis or whether it has to do with the Irish or the Germans or what have you, or the Poles, etc.
The state of Israel is actually connected to America in a very arcane and secret way. The state of Israel is connected to the American federal system. It's very interesting. That's why America sends billions and billions and billions of dollars, something like $17 billion a year to the state of Israel. You've got to give the people a reason why Israel is so important. Now, we know that Israel is very important because of strategically where it sits on the trade routes to control the flow of oil, drugs, diamond, a lot of drugs in Israel, going through Israel. Major movements of illicit narcotics and drugs through Israel. Diamonds, gold, money, etc., etc. But you've got to give the people who are going to go over there and lose their lives and give their sons in war, you've got to give them a reason. So we tell them that it's religious. It's the Lord's chosen people, the Lord's people. And the Lord himself has chosen Israel. And we give them a lie. surprised. You'd be surprised what Americans love. They love that kind of stuff. And so we tell them the Lord's will. And the Lord Jesus was there, and all the great prophets and all of that. And so we have to protect that little country, Israel, because it's the Lord's will. So
Last night, the U.S. military moved multiple B-2 bombers from an Air Force base in Missouri. Meanwhile, more airstrikes were exchanged between Israel and Iran overnight.
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of beheaded Palestinian babies and children, Palestinian children with severed limbs, killed by Israel. And not a single corporate media outlet has reported on how Israel has systematically beheaded Palestinian children on a daily basis for the last 15 months. And yet every single one of these Western media outlets was so quick to spread the mass atrocity propaganda in order to manufacture consent for Israel's genocide by repeating a story about an incident which never took place.
We have some really disturbing new information out of Israel. The Israeli Prime Minister's spokesman just confirmed babies and toddlers were found with their heads decapitated.
I choked up earlier reading this new revelation about 40 babies being killed.
Oh my God.
And some of them being beheaded. And I was like, how can any human being do that to a baby?
So what message does that send? That mythical beheaded babies, because they were Israeli, are to be reported on when the incident never happened. But that Palestinian babies and children, when they're beheaded and their limbs are severed and they're found hanging from trees with half of their body missing, that they are not worth the coverage to report on their experience, on their premature death at the hands of Israel and the United States.
As an immigrant to this country, I would like to say a few words to my fellow Americans. President Trump sought to overturn the results of an election, and of a fair election. President Trump is a failed leader. He will go down in history as the worst president ever. The good thing is that he soon will be as irrelevant as an old tweet.
In the story of the lost tribes of Israel, and we are very happy to have him back in studio. Hello, and good to see you.
Wonderful to be back.
So we just had a very interesting interview before the commercial break with an anthropologist and a community leader of the Lemba community in Zimbabwe. You talk a lot about this. You do a lot of coursework. So what do you have to say first about the Lemba and what makes them unique as opposed to some of the other groups that are considered lost tribes?
Correct. Lemba are fascinatingly unique because we could trace them directly to the oldest Jewish exile community in the world from Yemen. And the Yemenite Jewish community, when they came back to Israel, they had customs that were preserved for 2,000 years uninterrupted. Even some of their pronunciation of Hebrew letters were unique as far as how the Ashkenazim and Sephardim pronounced their letters, but no one challenged them saying it's unauthentic. It was as authentic it can get. And so when you see the Lemba all the way down to the bottom of Africa, tracing their roots to the Yemenite Jewish community, building in the same structures and having certain traditions that are the same, and like no one else in South Africa, it shows you the far-reaching scale of these Israelite customs and traditions. And not to mention, obviously, we speak about the genetic Kohen phenomenon amongst the Lemba people, that a large percentage of them have a genetic marker to be from the Kohanim, from the priests of Israel.
You may have never noticed them before, but there are massive clues throughout the entire Bible that give us a clear understanding of who biblical Israel is. So we're going to take it back to the beginning. What was biblical Israel's original calling? According to scripture, they had a few primary roles. First, it was to be a holy nation, so to be a light and a blessing to the world. It was through the way that they lived, by obeying the laws of God, that was to draw in people from the nations to Yahweh. Second was to serve as a royal priesthood. That meant they were mediating between God and man, offering sacrifices and interceding for the people. But here was the huge problem. Biblical Israel in the Old Testament horribly failed at both of these things. They turned to idols instead of being the light. They became exclusive instead of blessing the nations. And what was supposed to be their priesthood became corrupt. And rather than serving the living God, they often rebelled against him. So the question quickly became, if biblical Israel, the ones God made a covenant with, were not able to fulfill their calling, then who could?
Welcome one and all to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And folks,
I got to tell you, I am in a great mood tonight because this weekend was Father's Day, and Daddy got just what he wanted. No one came to Trump's big, stupid birthday parade. Isn't that pleasant?
But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
Nigga, please.
You know, I kind of felt like I did Pinocchio an injustice. Pinocchio was a sweet boy that was trapped in his wooden body that wanted to be made flesh and live a normal child life. Yeah, he had his hiccups, his mistakes, but he was a good kid. I can't say the same for Trump. Now, you know, and I have to be honest, I did at one point want to back Trump up simply because I thought that he wanted to do right by this country. I actually believed the lie. Well, I don't anymore because I should have known. I never really followed this guy before. I knew he was full of shit from the beginning, but now I really see that he's full of shit. And this is not me trying to put him down. I'm not trying to down talk this man, nor am I trying to change your opinion of him. Whatever you want to believe, if you want to support him, support him. However, I'm looking at what he's doing to this country. I'm looking at all the people that's suffering at the hands of a man who thinks he's doing something right, when in truth, he's doing all of us wrong. And that slogan of making America great again, he's just really brought America back 500 years. When you wish upon a fool, you find your dreams do not come true. So when you wish upon a fool, no one's to blame but you. So after this commercial break, I will let you know what the damages of this toy haul is. So stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages.
There's something strange in the neighborhood.
So who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Venkman, Steph, and Spengler are here. So are these ghosts. They've got ectoplasm. We've been goofed. Now what? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activate Neutrona Blaster. We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Ectoplasm, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and other figures each sold separately. Ghostbusters, new from Kenner.
Well, surf's up, dude! Whoa! Join the Turtles on Foot Patrol in their battle-ready sewer tubes, featuring wacky pizza slice and oars, depth charge, and rotating foot blasters.
Let me show you my new toy.
It's the Foot Ski, with its deadly harpoon gun, shredding torpedoes, and electric leeches. Could this be the end of good, clean fun in the sewer?
Here goes the neighborhood!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From Playmates.
Baby grows from her head to her toes. Baby grows.
Baby grows. She grows from a baby into a 4-year-old toddler, just like a real baby growing up. Baby grows even has teeth that come in, and you'll love her cute little outfit. It's always a perfect fit for whatever age you want her to be.
From her head to her toes. Baby grows.
Meet Cherry Mary Muffin. She cooks sweet and looks sweet and smells sweet too. Cherry Mary Muffin. Look, her muffin mix turns into a table. And this is a special oven. Cherry muffins. What a great kitchen. It's Cherry Mary Muffin's kitchen. She cooks sweet and looks sweet and smells sweet too.
Cherry Mary Muffin doll and her Kitchen Fun play sets, each sold separately. New from Mattel.
Here's a shopping tip for smart toy shoppers. Playco. That's right, Playco, your best toy store. Now, if you wonder why Playco's such a hot tip, ask yourself these questions. Who stocks a fantastic selection of all the most popular toys? Who sells that great selection at the lowest everyday prices around? And who offers friendly, on-the-spot sales assistance to help you find what you need? You bet it's Playco. Low prices, friendly help when you need it, and a great toy selection. Playco, it really is your best toy store.
We're back. It's that time. It's that time. Time to go. Oh, my dears, it's that time that we walk on separate lines. It's okay. There are other days that we can be intertwined. So don't you ever mind. All of these items you see here on this toy haul was purchased from Amazon online store. We're back, kidults, and we're about to do some tallying up of today's haul. Now, this wasn't really a big haul, just a few goodies, a few goodies to add to my collection. A few wonderful collectibles to brighten up my life and give me fond memories. And that started off with Pinocchio. This stuffed doll set me back $23. And I had to pair it up with some Funko Pop goodness with Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket was only $13.99. And this haul, we just Funko Popped it. I told you, it's like an addiction with those things. So I got the Funko Pop Feifel from American Tail, $12.99. And we had to do it up with the king of pop himself to go with Funko Pop, Michael Jackson, for $10.90. Then we had Peanuts, Charlie Brown. Good grief. Funko Pop goodness for $12.99. Then we had that's right, the Pink Panther Funko Pop coolness for $13.92. Then we had the Aurora Timeless Snoopy with the butterfly. 5 inches or so like that, 5 to 6 inches. It was about $9.95. And then we had to get the Pinocchio Disney classic little golden book. We had to get that. And also, for you kiddos, a little untold truth. Uncle T Patera, aka Benito, used to work for Golden Books Family Publishing. That's right, Golden Books Family Publishing that used to do Lassie, the Lone Ranger, Little Lulu, and all of these books like this that we look right here. That's right, Uncle T used to work for them. So this illustrated goodness of childhood cost me about $5.57. Leaving the total of today's haul only $120. Now again, I know, that's a lot of money if you want to look at it from a standpoint of dollars, dinero, all of that type of stuff. But is it? Okay, one thing, and I'm going to say this so I don't have to say it in future episodes. I don't really believe in money. If you understand what money is and that is based off of fiat currency and all of this type of stuff and what really happened along the way from the creation of money, the banking system and all of this type of stuff, I don't really believe in money because I know money isn't really real. It's just a system that was incorporated to enslave others and also to empower others. However, also too, when you get paid, if you're working on a job, you know what they're paying you for? They're paying you for your energy. That's what they're paying you for. The energy you spend working for these corporations. That's why you have a weekend, because they weaken you. So you get to the weekend. Your weekend, so you get to have a rest. That's why you have a break on your job. They have to give you mandatory breaks because it's a legal thing. If you understand the secret, workings of this whole demonic institution that we live in, and that we all seem to think is some kind of way of life that was thrusted upon us by the elite. You're only getting paid for your energy that you expend, because like the Matrix said, you're nothing but a battery. So that being said, $120 ain't much, because it's really not even real. It's just, I just took a little bit of my energy to pay for this stuff, to give me more energy with smiles, sunshine, and good memories. So fuck you if you think differently. I love it. It's my money. I'm grateful. Thank you for watching this episode. Hopefully I didn't piss you off, and you'll come back and share some great memories with me, future memories, when I go shopping again. For myself, who's a big old kidult, and for all you kidults out there who just love toys. Wow, that was fun. I guess the world isn't such a bad place after all. Look, no one likes to say goodbyes. No one likes to see things come to an end. So let's just say, we'll see you again. Take care, everybody.